To have one of the cancer survivors, Mr. Sam Ngugi. So, first of all, by introduction, maybe you can start by telling us who is Sam Ngugi, your name and where do you come from.
My dear listeners, my name's Sam Ngugi. I'm born again, a married man with only one wife, and we are blessed with two boys, Asha and Alvin Rich. I stay in Kasarani Seasons.
Mr. Sam Ngugi, how did you know that you have cancer?
Now what happened, I was diagnosed with cancer 1 week from honeymoon, but before I was diagnosed, when I was planning my wedding, I used to have a lot of headache, I had lost a lot of weight, I had fever which was coming or in and off, but I thought it's because of now the planning of the wedding, the stress of planning the wedding, and also I used to overwork to earn an extra coin to finance my wedding. So all that long, like 1 year, I thought it was just the fatigue which was wearing me out, but cancer was diagnosed 1 week from my honeymoon.
Which type of cancer were you diagnosed with?
The tumor, it was behind the nose, that is, it affected the ENT system, NPC. The tumor was behind the nose, whereby it affected the whole of my ENT system, macho, mosquito, the nose, eyes, the throat, my tongue. Actually, it affected the ENT system.
How did your family receive the news that you are diagnosed with the cancer?
The news was not easy. Were it not for God intervention, it was not easy for us because in the family there is no history of anyone suffering cancer. I was very dedicated in the things of the kingdom, but right away from honeymoon, cancer struck. So everyone was worried, everyone had fear of unknown, but I thank God because He held my heart, He held my hands together with my newly wedded wife, and we decided to fight. So we became very positive on what I'm going through. I didn't fear. I decided to hold to hold the bull on its horn, and to the glory of God, I overcame cancer.
How was your journey after being diagnosed with cancer?
My journey was not easy. So first, it was very expensive because I had already used all my savings to finance the wedding. Then here comes cancer, stage 3B. Now I had to do the radiotherapy and chemotherapy. It had to run concurrently because it was said the tumor is almost getting to the brain, and the type of cancer I was fighting is very aggressive. Now I had to raise a quite substantial amount to finance the chemo and radiotherapy, and I started off the treatment. It was not easy journey. I remember in my third chemo, after first chemo, I was told because of the side effect of now the treatment I was going through, it will take long for me to have a child. It will take like 20 years for me to be called a daddy. Yet I was newly wedded. But I remember I became positive and said I didn't marry to get children, but I married for companionship. So I just encouraged myself. So when we were told that information, it was also not easy to take it easily. That being told for 20 years I'll never be called a daddy. But I remembered the scripture, the word of God, which says that with men it is impossible, but with our God all things are possible. In between my treatment, my wife conceived, and we are blessed with 2 boys. Then I remember in my journey to treatment, the body could not withstand the side effect. So by that chemo, my issues of blood count ikakuwa na issues. I used to get blood transfusion in between the treatment. Also my immune system collapsed, whereby I was quarantined in my own house, but I continued the journey. But I thank God. Well, now you're almost to give up because of the side effect. God connected us to someone who empowered us with the right information about the diet, the kind of food we are supposed to take, the kind of supplements we are supposed to embrace as we continue the treatment. And by God's grace, for now I combined the spiritual intervention, that is seeking divine intervention, having faith in God, and interest in prayer, and also now the diet. Now the body was able to withstand the side effect, and I went through 8 chemotherapy and that 8th session of radiotherapy. And to the glory of God, I emerged victorious for the glory and honor of God.
That's great. Where were you treated?
Now, I thank God because God connected me. Before we started the treatment, God connected me to a very nice specialist, oncologist, who now referred us to HCGCCK, just next to MPSH Hospital, HCGCCK, whereby I was referred there to do my radiotherapy. And I thank God because I was connected to the right facility. Because I remember I used to go there for radiotherapy. There are people we used to do chemo together, but they were going to a different facility for the radiotherapy sessions. But I thank God in HCGCCK, I went through that 8th session, but they used to give me very good service. Their services were sure. There was no time that the equipment broke down, but I heard those stories. People are going to other facilities. On Abiwa, today we know to do the radiotherapy because the machine imekuwa na issues. HCGCCK, their facilities, their services were up there, super services, because when I went there was no queuing. They have the manpower ready to serve us. So the treatment was there, very encouraging. Even when we go there, when we are so down, they are there to motivate us. I remember I used to get few minutes for encouragement, being empowered, being encouraged. Now, even when I was doing the radiotherapy, the medics there, they were very encouraging. So I can thank God, even being connected to HCGCCK, because they were the best. I will never forget the kind of the services I received there.
How was the experience at HCG?
Wow, the experience was super, because I remember first when we went there, the customer care very welcoming. Then they were creating a very conducive environment for us. So even before I went inside there, the reception, they were very entertaining, very receptive, very encouraging. So first they were creating a very conducive environment. Even when we were there waiting to be served, the environment was so, and I remember because I used to take a lot of water, yeah, even the tumblers, the warm water is there, yeah, the seating, even the seat here, sitting, very comfortable. Now I thank God because the experience in HCGCCK, it was super experience, yeah.
One message that you would like to give the people outside there who are suffering with cancer, where should they go when they are diagnosed with cancer for treatment?
One thing I can tell my viewers, it's good first to be very positive. Now, I want to say that cancer is not a death sentence. Our God heals cancer, and He heals all types of cancer. Also, very important, it's very good to consider where you are getting your service from. Because like HCGCCK, where I used to get my radiotherapy, they were very, very supportive. I remember I know of someone after my treatment. He was so discouraged and aliuziwa uoga, but pale in HCGCCK they were very positive. Walikuwa wanatuuzia the positive attitude toward the treatment. So I can encourage someone out there, even before you do you start the treatment, it's good also to factor in the kind of a facility you are engaging yourself in. Now I can advise, when you go to HCGCCK, you will not be disappointed. I've been finding people there because I had an experience there. There was no time. I was, my case was taken for granted, and they were very serious, they were very professional, and also treating all of us equally. There were even very senior people in the society who were there, and myself, I was nobody in the society, but the treatment there, all of us were equal. The services which are given to the senior people in the authority, we used also to enjoy the same kind of treatment. Yani with decorum, we were being treated with a lot of decorum, especially mpaka